Keith Balling back with another video. And by now, I'm sure everybody knows about the situation with Kawhi Leonard and Steve Ballmer, man. These two are being thoroughly investigated. It is alleged that these guys have been basically paying Kawhi Leonard under the table so that he stays with the Clippers and as a way to circumvent the salary cap, which is basically cheating because what they would essentially be doing is not paying Kawhi Leonard all his money through the means of salary cap, which also means that they could probably afford other players that they shouldn't be able to. So they go about it by paying him under the table. So it's just a lot of stuff that's being alleged against this guy and against Steve Ballmer. And I hope none of it's true, man. But if it is, these guys should both face heavy punishment in my eyes. I mean, you definitely got to suspend Kawhi. You definitely got to probably get Steve Ballmer up out of the league, in my opinion. Can't just throw around money just because you got it and try to use it to your advantage to win championships. That is some BS. That would basically just ruin the whole integrity of the game if these guys is found to be dealing with illegal activities and they have wrongdoing in this situation, and then Adam Silver does nothing. That would just ruin the whole integrity of the sport, in my opinion. But both of these guys claim their innocence. Steve Ballmer, his bald head ass, he went on ESPN, I believe it was, and actually did a whole interview and spoke about it. And he's basically blamed the company, Aspire, saying that they were scammers, con men, and basically alleging that he was con. He thought it was a legitimate company, a legitimate endorsement for Kawhi, and allegedly Steve Ballmer, according to his word, he got scammed as well. And he had no knowledge of anything fraud related, illegal related. And then Kawhi Leonard, he just spoke as he was asked in these interviews that the NBA just did. He spoke on it. He says that he's innocent, no wrongdoing. And he had a few questions that, was asked to him specifically about him receiving certain amounts of money and things like this. And I'm going to let you guys hear the clip. We'll start off with this first clip where he basically says he's going to let the NBA investigate and we'll see what they find.
Do you have any reaction or statement regarding some of the things that have been alleged over the last month?
No. I mean, the NBA is going to do their job. None of us did no wrongdoing. Yeah, I mean, that's it. We invite the investigations. It's not going to be a distraction for me or the rest of the team.
So he believes that, everything's going to be all good. He believes that the NBA won't find anything and that, he'll continue to move on like normal and so will the Clippers. So we shall see. Now he was asked some specifics in another clip. Let me pull that one up. And he basically kind of went at the journalists talking about, he don't deal with conspiracies and clickbait. So let's see what he had to say right here.
The endorsement deal that you had with the company that was this been talked aspiration, and did you perform any services for them?
When you say understanding, what do you mean?
Like the contract you signed and how much money you were to receive, what you were supposed to perform for those services?
I understand the full contract and the services that I had to do. Like I said, I don't deal with the conspiracies or the clickbait analysts or journalism that's going on. So that's what it is.
Well, I think the allegation was that you didn't perform any services for them. Is that accurate, or did you
I
get
don't
them
think
for them?
it's accurate, but it's old. This is all new to you guys. The company went bankrupt a while ago, so we already knew this was going to happen. So
Did you were named as like the largest creditor in the bankruptcy filing, right? Did you actually get the money that was owed to you in the contract, or?
no, but the company went belly up. It was Friday, as everybody knows. If you want any more questions or more details about that company, you need to ask the owner or whoever else is involved in the fraud that went on.
Right, I think they said they owed you 7 million or something, right?
I'm not sure. I gotta look back at the books, but no, it's more than that for sure.
Do you have any idea of how much you actually made on that?
No, it was like 2, 3, 4 years ago.
I don't know, man. It seems a little fishy, but like I said, both of these guys claim their innocence, and we haven't heard back from the NBA as far as the investigation and what's going on. We haven't heard nothing that they found so far. And, like I said, I hope they didn't do it, but if they did, man, they got to be some of the dumbest MFs to think that they was going to get away with this. And now Kawhi's reputation is kind of on the line because there's been other reports that have come out. Do you guys know that it's a report floating around out there that he and this guy's uncle, when it was a possibility that he could sign with the Lakers, do you know that this guy asked for the Lakers? He not only did he ask for a plane and a house or some crap like that, this man asked for ownership of the team. Are you serious, bro? I mean, who does this guy think he is, or who does his damn uncle think he is? You asking for ownership of the Los Angeles Lakers, bro? Are you a god fool? And so Kawhi Leonard's reputation is going downhill, man. He's already had the rep for not being very marketable. Stephen A kind of pushed that, and then this guy just sits out. He get a paper cut. He's not playing that game. He wake up out of the bed, hit his toe, on his bed stand. He's out. He might be out a couple weeks for that. And so this is a guy who he's just not playing. He's not playing in a lot of the games, and he's a guy that's needed. He has to be relied upon. I mean, this is one of the better players in the league when he's at the top of his game. But now with all this drama surrounding Kawhi Leonard, man, I don't know. Things are up in the air right now because if they find something, this dude is going to face a suspension or a ban or something of that nature. He's not going to be able to get away with this. He's not. But like I said, he says he's innocent. Steve Ballmer, Steve Ballhead, he said he innocent. So we're just going to have to see. We're just going to have to let it play out. I'm not going to jump to conclusions. Look, I don't know. I don't know what the hell these guys are doing behind the scenes. But I bet you, and I'm not just talking about Steve Ballmer and Kawhi here, there's other people around the league, owners, players, that's doing some little nonsense that we don't know about. And so what this situation could do is basically open the window up to catch a lot of this other fraud that's been going on. And I was a little bit suspicious. Like I said, you got to be suspicious with those quiet guys. And I always wonder, man, how the Clippers, they just getting all this talent? And I was looking at that owner. I said, that owner is one of the richest men in the world. He's paying these guys under the table some way, somehow. But I never really publicized that. I never really fully thought that. I thought it was a possibility, though. And so now Pablo Torre brought this whole Aspire deal to the forefront. And we're looking at the situation right in our face. And we don't know the outcome of this investigation yet, but it's coming shortly. And I hope it's here before the NBA season kicks off. But I want to get you guys' thoughts and opinions on this situation, man. What do you guys think about Kawhi Leonard and Steve Ballmer? Both of these guys said they're innocent. They didn't know nothing about this fraudulent company, Aspire, paying under the table and doing all this nonsense. They didn't know. Their hands up in the air. I didn't do it. Okay? So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all believe it? Are y'all buying this or not? Y'all let me know. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all you guys for checking out the videos, man. And hey, I'm up out of here. Peace.